What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is Mama Manifests. I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to come on and do the daily. I know we're moving through some dense energy. Like, I've just been really tired, right? And it's been a time of deep reflection right now, and I'm just allowing my body to do that. I normally don't watch much television, but I realize the shows that I am being guided to and directed to are directly correlated with my growth and the things that need to be healed within me. And so if you guys are being guided to shows, allow yourself to guilt-free watch them. I know that's a message for some of you. It's just indulge right now. Take care of yourself. We're processing some energy, right? Mercury retrograde is going on, and we're right on the beginning of this new moon. And I haven't been watching many energy updates about it, but what I can see and what I have seen and what I've been exposed to is that it's a pretty big new moon. A lot of these astrological events that have been happening lately, like the moons, like the full moons and the new moons and just different things, they've been really rewarding, right? They help us to face deep shadow within us. And so, I don't know, I just wanted to get on, I don't know why all this information is coming out, but I'm definitely not in my normal Mama Manifests energy. So sometimes, like, I don't want to record, but I just definitely wanted to show up for you guys, see what comes out. What? I don't know. Can you see that little black line on the table? This is what I'm talking about. This is, that is the energy right there. It's just like you go and you try to, fix it, and then, it just creates a bigger mess. So that's definitely a special message for some of you. Like, if things need to be done right now, if you actually try to get them done, it might mess it up a little bit more. So really go easy on yourself and your body, right? Because you can make this big mess. So what else did I want to say? Yeah, you guys who are attracted to these daily messages, these daily leaders messages, you guys are the leaders, right? Like, you guys are the beacons of light. You guys are the star seeds. You guys are the light workers. And so, there's a lot of energetic work that's happening, right? You might be affected the very most out of everybody around you, right? And that's totally fine. Just surrender to the process. Allow yourself to process the feelings. They're coming up for you. And that's all I can really say. We'll see what other messages come out. This is going to be a pretty short, look at that. Rest and rejuvenation, okay? Like, things are being balanced out right now. Things are being balanced out. There's a lot happening, right? Like, so much happening in the world, like outside of our own realities, our little bubbles, right? We can see things happening on a massive scale, and it's all happening for us, right? There's certain structures and foundations that we're going to watch fall down over the next couple of years, right? Anything that's not in integrity, just like how our personal lives are affected and things fall away that are no longer in integrity, that's happening on a massive scale. And we always talk about it. It's because more people are healing, raising their own vibration, and it's almost being suffocated out, okay? So we have this moon energy here. We have this goddess of the moon. So, under the moon energy, right? It's like, it's darker, it's nighttime, and you're really being asked to kind of trust, the higher beings. Really call on them right now, spend some time with them, and trust your intuition as you move through this. Like, I feel some of you are really resistant right now to rest and relaxation, and we have the all tied up, right? That energy is going to come out and happen, right? Like, always, when we're tied up, we always can get ourselves back out. There's no situation. And this is a card 5, by the way. Like, we're learning our own power over here. See, you guys, we're finding the answers over here, and then we're going through change over here. All right. So if you are resisting the process, do you see how there's two, like, nighttime energies in both of those cards, right? We're in this, like, more tired energy, right? Like, it's heavier, it's denser. So it's even been hard for me. Like, I always take my Epsom salt baths. I'm, like, militant with that. And it's been even hard for me. It just seems like such a task. I cook dinner quite often and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to wash one dish in the sink, And that's fine. There are times like that. There are times where the sun is out. This isn't one of those times, okay? Then we have the second chakra here, which is your sacral chakra. It's your creative chakra. It's where we can carry a lot of shame, right? So what I really feel here is happening is like shame, situations that we have felt shame for, right? Anything that we have been through where it caused us to carry around the shame, which is an energetic burden that we need not have, right? It's kind of being, we're going over it again with a fresh perspective and a fresh, more mature set of eyes from a different perspective. And even all of this stuff with, I think it was the Diane Sawyer interview with Britney Spears. Like, I watched that, and this was in, I think, 2003, and the line of questioning, and you could just see the shame she was projecting onto Britney. It's like, and I'm not saying like Diane Sawyer's like bad or anything like that. It's just, she was a product of her time, right? That was only 2003, but we've come such a long way since that point where it would just be okay. And, we do have a society, and I don't want to get too caught up in this, but we do have a society that it was so easy, to point the finger at the feminine energy, right? Like the goddess energy, the feminine energy. We've been carrying this burden, right? I always talk about the maiden and the mother and the crone. And when the maiden is moving, when we're moving through and we're moving from the maiden to the mother to the crone, like in that transition point, people want us to stay the same, right? We're supposed to act a certain way, look a certain way, be a certain way. And I don't know why all of this is coming through. It's just absolutely wild. And I'm getting quite emotional about it. But there's this shame that we're being freed from. Like, that's what I really feel. Like, shame about our own sexuality, shame about things that have happened to us. And this is going to be a special message. I'm watching a show called Firefly Lane. It's on Netflix, and I would definitely recommend that to all of you guys. I don't know if I don't know, masculines, you'll have to tell me if it resonates, if you guys like it, but definitely for some feminine energies, for some viewers who are watching this, that, it'll make you cry, it'll make you reflect. And that's exactly what needs to happen, right? Because these situations that we went through when we were 16, 15, whatever was happening, 19, right? That we've been carrying around shame about. They need to be looked over now with your set of eyes as a mature adult, so you can bridge those two worlds, right? So you're not carrying around the 16-year-old shame. And it's almost like a parent, right? Especially if, you have absent parents or had absent parents in any way, shape, or form. It's like going over it with like a parent's, it's you, and it's you nurturing a past version of yourself. But that's what I'm really feeling here. It's absolutely wild. Okay, so let's keep going. I didn't know this was going to get so deep. I was trying to make it brief, but I guess this is exactly where I need to be right now. Whew. Let's keep going. And just excuse me. Wow. Yeah, and have patience with yourself when you go through this, right? Like, I found myself today, it's been a long time since and I'm not saying it to brag, but I love being a mother, and it's been a long time since I found myself really getting impatient with my daughter, and I did see that in myself today. And, it's just that energy. There's things on the surface, and I can see it within her too. I can even see it within my dog. Like, he's a little bit more on edge than usual, and maybe everybody's just picking up on my energy, but I really feel like we're all just going through this reflective mode, right? And, if you fight it, like, what you resist persists. So if you don't take this time out, like, you could end up like with an illness, like, if you need to take this time and you're being called up to heal these certain wounds at this time, and you resist taking the time out to spend some time by yourself, to watch some shows by yourself, to meditate and all of that stuff, like, you could end up injured, right? And end up in the hospital. Like, I've seen some people, like, they like self-admittedly now they're workaholics, their Facebook posts, and now like a very small injury turned into this big thing, and they've had time to like really be by themselves in the hospital. Like, we don't really want to go there if we don't have to. And I just feel like, it's time to just take a step back, as we know ourselves. Okay. So just please, some of you guys think you need to be doing something, right? That's why you're all tied up, because you're trying to make action happen right now when there's no action that should be taken right now, because you're in this moon energy, this goddess of the moon, and you're finding the answers right now. So how can you take action if you don't have the answers? Okay. So patience is definitely needed. Are there any other energies that are coming out here right now? We have the throat chakra. Okay. Some of you need to be like, there's something that needs to be said. Okay. Like, and that's like the overall energy, the bigger energy that I'm feeling here is so many people have been suppressed by fear and shame and just the way what society like deemed acceptable in the past, or what things certain energies got away with. Like, at the end of this, like, some of you are really going to have to speak up and say something to somebody, right? And that's going to look different for so many of you. Some of you, this is going to be a direct conversation. Some of you, this is going to be to a boss. Some of you, this is going to be to a friend. Some of you, this is going to be to a spouse. Some of you, this is just going to be writing your book. Some of you, this is going to be a Facebook post, right? Those are all the different examples of how, like, at the end of all of this, right? At the end, you're going to come up with a solution by spending time in this moon energy. You're going to free yourself, right? And the freedom process is going to be by standing up for what you believe in. Do you see how he has like a horn over here as well? It's like like, some of you are whistleblowers, right? Some of you have information that you've been keeping to yourself. Like, there's just so many scenarios here, but yeah, you're going to know exactly how to stand up for yourself, overcome this shame, and free yourself from something truly huge, okay? So take this however it resonates, okay? Because I'm seeing a lot of different scenarios popping up, okay? And then, yeah, this is going to help you to heal your root chakra as well. And this is all about like your sense of belonging, right? Your sense of being grounded on this planet, not always not wanting to be here. This is truly going to heal your sense of belonging. You're going to feel, and this is safety too, your first chakra. Like, if certain situations happened at a certain age and they caused you to feel unsafe, you've been carrying that around whether you realize it or not. Okay. And so this is like, whatever this is, it's going to put you back into a place where you feel like you belong. You're going to feel safe. You're going to feel secure. You're going to feel okay. Okay. Something about something here that needs to be said. It's going to restore you. It's going to free you. It's going to, this is like, I see so many scenarios seriously coming out for this. Like, I just so many different people at different places in their life, like so many different examples. But yeah, there's just freedom from something being said. Absolutely. And it's going to return you back to a place where you feel like you belong. Okay. So we're going to see what else comes out. Yeah, there's a huge transformation process happening right now. Huge, okay? Like, your DNA is I can't right now. I didn't just mean to drop that, okay? Some of you are so all up in your head right now because this card wanted to come out in reverse. And this is a card talking about stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. Like, you are on your path. The times where we are doing the work and we, have to kind of not show up as much as we normally do to life itself, we feel like we're doing something wrong. No, you're absolutely doing something right. The moment that you just allow yourself and surrender to this moment, you're going to allow this transformation process to happen. Okay. You're resisting transformation right now by not allowing yourself to take the rest that it needs. Okay. The rest, the space. This is all about the space. Like, And that's another thing. I usually just want to be around people, and I've been meeting a lot of new people lately, and like I love hanging out with my daughter, but I'm just like, I just like can't wait to get that alone time where I can just hear my own thoughts again, because the world seems so loud right now, and I just want to take a step back, And then for, you are not alone. This is the keepers of the earth, right? This card came out for me earlier. Ancient ancestors stand behind you. Some of you really feel completely isolated and alone in this world, and you just feel so alone right now. And it's for a reason. Like, I know it doesn't feel that way. And, there's all these stories coming up to be healed, but it's all happening for you. Nobody said this work was going to be easy, but it is worth it. It is worth it. Okay. Like living your dreams and connecting with all of that, and breaking cycles within your generations and your family, and like the integrity, and, look at this. The same two cards wanted to come out here, okay? And then we have the initiation. If you guys hang out with me a lot on this channel, this card comes out for a lot of the leaders' readings, okay? And this is all about you earning rites of passage. You don't just get to go to the next level of life without earning it, right? Unless you're using dark energy, manipulation, schmoozing, pretending to like people that you don't like. Yes, you can get to the top in the dark energy, but is it sustainable? No, it's not. That's why we're seeing all of these situations that are built on things like that fall apart, fall away, right? It's not sustainable. So we have these two cards come out again, okay? Again, I will reiterate, just because they're popping back out, you're going through an incredibly huge transformation process right now. And as soon as you surrender it to it, your world's gonna light up. It's gonna feel like you've lightened up. Like, stop overthinking. You're already doing it. You're already doing it, okay? So let's get one of these from the Transcendent Journeys Oracle. I love you guys, and I'm sending you guys love, and I just promise you that this is all happening for you right now, okay? Like, it's all good. It's all good, and it's going to be so worth it. It's going to be so worth it. Look at this. Like, raise your frequency. This is really asking you to step away from anything or anybody or just any situation, right? Like, if you just have to like isolate yourself, right? If you live with a person, right? That's an example coming through for some of you. You need to like find your space, just get away, right? And it's all about keeping our frequency higher right now. When we're in those lower level frequencies, these thoughts and these shameful whatever's happening here, these thoughts and stuff go through a really weird filter that's really, really, really scary. So it's imperative for you guys to do things like, if you need to take an Epsom salt bath, which I'm probably going to take one now after I finish up this reading, to just clear yourself of any energies you picked up on, right? Whether it be at work, whether it be on a phone call, whether it be at the grocery store, whether it be at the gym. Like, there are so many different examples, right? Get into your own energy space, and that in and of itself is going to raise your frequency. But yeah, doing things actively to raise your frequency, right? Prayer, like, creating and building and keep on communicating with, God, source, the universe right now. Like, this is a lot of the times. I mean, there's so many different facets of what's happening right now, but it's really so that we remember to rely upon, that which we cannot see. Because that's where all the power comes from, right? And that power lies within us all, because we are all a part of source, okay? We are all a part of God. It's all within us all. We just have to spend time, understand it, start trusting that voice, heal all of the burdens that were louder than our own voice, right? If we're not in our own power, the voices outside of us become the voices of truth. And unfortunately, most people aren't living in their own truth. So what they're projecting is a lie. Do you want to believe your own truth? Do you want to see your own truth? Is that worth it to you? Is this life, right? There's so many things. While we're going through this, we're definitely not thinking about the bigger picture. So I'm not going to get too much into that right now. But there is a bigger picture, and there is a much bigger, beautiful life that you are working toward. Okay? It's worth it, I promise. Even if you're questioning some of the decisions that you have been making or have made. Okay? I get it. I get it. And I'm just going to pull 3 tarot cards tonight. We're going to pull 3. I don't want to go too deep in the tarot. But yeah, you take one step at a time, move a little bit slower, right? Some people might be like, oh, this Knight of Pentacles, he's taking forever to get here. But he's coming with the proper... He's doing things the right way. He's doing things the right way, okay? And, you know, this is what's happening right now. This is what's happening right now. Things are being weighed out, you know, evened out. Justice is, you know, there's people getting together, there's people breaking up, right? And that's like the very face value version of the Justice card, right? Contracts, things like that. And I did see that in this energy oracle upon the first split. So that is definitely a truth for some of you, right? But things are just on a much bigger scale being balanced out. Like it's all about you reap what you sow, right? And it's not, we don't need to weaponize karma. I think I always talk about that. It's always happening for us. It's so we can see things that are blocking us from living our highest truth, the highest truth, okay? So whatever perspective you want to look at justice through is however you're going to receive it yourself, you know? It's all, we all have to learn. We all have to learn. I just saw the 8 of Cups, walking away from certain emotions, walking away from certain people, walking away from things that we're settling for, and walking away from things that just don't serve us. Okay, in trade. Okay, that's the trade with this 8 of Cups that just came out once again on this cut. It's a trade. It's a trade with the universe. And there is no reward over time, right? There's no reward over time. This has been a big lesson that I've been observing in my own family life. And it's sad to watch. But there is no reward in not standing up and speaking your truth. And it just came up with me and my daughter too, you know? Like I had a big, long conversation with my 6.5-year-old daughter about standing up for what she believes in, right? Regardless of how people are going to react. If you are respectful and you are speaking your truth, always speak your truth. Always speak your truth. Because the moment you decide to not say something out of fear, more situations have a tendency to come into your life. It starts attracting that. It starts attracting those types of situations. And we don't want that. We don't want that. I'm here to break cycles within my family line, okay? And I feel that's exactly what I'm doing with my daughter. And that's a part of my purpose in this world, beyond tarot reading, right? Like it might, yeah, it probably does come before it, you know, being a mother, you know, and some of you are like, how would you even question that? Well, you know, it's very important to me. And so is helping the collective of humanity. And they're both important to me. And I love my daughter more than anything on this planet. But yeah, she just being her mother and, just learning all of this, it's been a big part of my inspiration is so she can have a different experience. And she already is, right? Like I already see, you know, has freedom within her, you know, and I know she's 6.5 and all 6.5-year-olds do, but I don't know. I'm just really proud of her. I'm really proud of my daughter. I really, really am. Okay, we're going to do one more shuffle and then we're going to get those 3 cards out. Okay? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it was like coming out kind of wonky sideways. I'm just going to put them all here. I'm going to get them all out first. Yep. There it is. I'm speaking up for what you believe in, standing things coming, right? Since it wanted to come out in reverse, it's something that's kept you unhappy for so long, right? It's the opposite of happiness. It's depression. The sun in reverse could be depression, but it's also not seeing the whole truth, right? And this is being caused by the lack of the King of Swords energy. The King of Swords takes a very diplomatic approach. He takes his emotions out of it. It's not that he does not feel, but he also knows, he uses his logical mind to say, this is taking much more from my kingdom than it is giving, and it is not serving, and it is poisoning other aspects. He can see the bigger picture of these decisions, of these life decisions. He can see 20 years down the line what kind of impact it's going to make on our life, okay? And he really weighs those kinds of situations out here, okay? Because he knows that if he doesn't do the right thing by living his truth, standing up for what he believes in, right? That's really what's going on here, right? Like being afraid, the King of Swords is not afraid, okay? He's got swords on swords on swords on swords, okay? So we have the 10 of Wands. Yeah, he knows that I'm going to get more cards, you guys. I just want to, because I'm just really interested in this message. But he knows it's going to be an energetic burden, right? You have to take care of this stuff or it doesn't go away. I just saw this video too. Like there's so many things that are coming into my stream of consciousness, which are totally low vibration. Like I'm clicking on these murder videos and like these crazy situations. And I'm like, why am I doing this? And it's because they have messages for me, right? We're in the shadowy energy. We're supposed to explore shadowy aspects of ourself and that of which is going on around us as well. Okay. But yeah, it never goes away. The guilt, right? This guy, he murdered and he had gotten away with it like 20 years prior. And then I watched this video of him turning himself in and he was like 44. Okay. And he looked like he was in his 60s, late 60s. It was unbelievable. The amount of stress we carry around from not speaking our truth. Okay. From not speaking our truth and standing up for what we believe in, okay? Yep, this is the Fool energy, right? It's like you don't exactly know. The Fool doesn't know what his journey is going to entail, right? He doesn't know what the whole road is going to look like ahead of him. That's why he's jumping off of a cliff. And so whatever this is, it's going to feel like you're jumping off a cliff, not knowing the outcome of a situation, but you have to do it. You have to do it. Look at the sun's out there in this picture too, okay? Under the sun, because you see something. You see something. You see something, okay? Yep. The King of Swords with the Tower, right? It's like if you don't cut these situations out, the towers won't stop happening. Okay. And look at the energy of the Tower card. People falling from a burning building that just in this lightning strike, that is the universe, right? Not that we have it's not a punishing God, right? But it's all happening for us. It's all so we can come into our highest selves. It's all a sense of freedom. And so these are the situations that keep manifesting because we don't speak our truth, okay? That's what it looks like from not speaking the truth here, okay, leaders? All right? And yes, we have the Knight of Pentacles, right? He's moving slow here. And he's taking care of what needs to be taken care of. He keeps showing himself here, but this is just, does what's right. And that's what I'm talking about. It's integrity. It's the Knight of Pentacles for me has integrity. He might be, everybody, all the other knights be like, come on, bro, like what is taking you so long? And it's because he's doing things the right way, and not saying that things the right way always have to take longer, right? There are useful shortcuts in life, but anything really worth having, right? We get these roadblocks and we get these tests put in front of us, right? And it's like, are we going to take that easy shortcut? Are we going to sacrifice what we believe in, sacrifice our truth? Are we going to, get a quick payoff for things? Or you know what I mean? And that's the way out of this 10 of Wands energy. That's the way that you're going to release these energetic burdens, is by taking things the Knight of Pentacles way. okay? Doing things like the Knight of Pentacles, right? Like, I can't believe I'm saying that, okay? Do we want more? Yes. Okay, let's see. Yeah. This is the end, right? This has been a cycle. And this is the first time you went through the cycle, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time, and so on. The 10 different times, maybe less, maybe more for some of you. We have 2 10s here. This is a completion. This is all about you moving into the next level, okay? So, wow. Okay, let's keep going here. Yep. Just embrace the healing right now. Embrace the healing. That's what you're going through right now. Embrace the healing. We have, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 majors on the board. Okay? 4 major arcana on the board right now. All right? There's a huge transformation happening at this moment, a huge healing process. And it's just like tying us back to how we started this reading off. It's like, allow yourself to move into that phase. Allow yourself to be healed. Allow yourself to see things from a... Look, and I love this because the star comes right after the tower. Okay, what do we got going here? Yep, and this is leading you. How do we finish this? We start it with the sun and we finish it with the 9 of Cups. Like this is, and we saw that 8 of Cups. So this is like wish fulfillment. And the star here, look how both of these cards represent wish fulfillment. And they're sitting next to each other here at the end of this certain story in this certain chapter of your life. It results in you getting everything that your heart desires, you feeling like, you know, the stars were aligned and everything worked out for you, right? It might not look like it in every step of the way, but risk is always rewarded, right? Risk is rewarded, and that's what the Fool does. Risk, especially, you know, risk, I want to specify how risk is rewarded. If it's you living in your truth, right? It's always going to be rewarded, right? The risks that we must take as we go on the path to living our truth are the ones that are rewarded, okay? All right, we got the 3 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck here, right? I feel like there's a lot of people involved in this situation, a lot of people that will be affected by this. That's just what I'm getting off of this 3 of Pentacles. But it's coming out upright here. It's what's best for the community, okay? It's what's best for you, and it's what's best for every single person around you, right? It truly is. Pentacles are all about stability, and these 3 people, you know, sometimes I feel like there's one person like up to no good, but right now from this 3 of Pentacles, and I felt it even off this one too, but I'm really feeling like they're all working together here. And I love that. So there's stability, things are paying off, right? Paying off for you. And that's really, really good. So just take some time, get your perspective, wait until you feel free, then speak your truth, right? You're going to release so much shame off of that. These towers are going to look at right at the center of the reading here. This is all about like a huge part of like your foundation and what's been holding you back from moving to the next level of your life being realigned. Okay. So this is a really exciting time. Like I believe this is happening with every single person that's on this planet, but it just in different varying of ways. That's why I felt like so many examples were coming out. So just get excited about all of this, because look, again, this is all leading us to exactly where we want to go. Okay. And you need to surrender to the all tied up feeling, right? Surrender to the healing process, watch whatever you're led to, embrace it, cry it out, you know, phone a friend if you need to, but really take that time with yourself in this moment and what's happening here. So I feel like, I don't know how long this energy is going to be around. We have the new moon tomorrow, and I do hope to record a reading for that new moon. So yes, I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Namaste and God bless.